Well, that was a disturbing lack of butt sex, but hello and welcome to, I was going to call this Jared, the podcast for those of us who enjoy PC gaming and reading the YouTube comments section. Today, we are going to talk about co-op games, games in which you cooperate with your friends until the point where you can cause the greatest amount of grief by a strategically placed anything, really. Anyway, games where you play against the AI with your mates. I'm Ristro. That's not my real name, but my real name is foreign, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. And with me, I've got
Relo, but I don't really have any mates. I mean, Ristro said he's my mate, but it's all lies.
I just use you for internets, yes. It's true.
Good times, good times. And I'm, to his logic, the, I don't know, unnecessary rambling in the background while he produces opinions on the games?
Yeah, pretty much. No, you've got stuff. I mean, you keep me awake.
I got plenty of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it not for free.
Right.
Most of it not for show. But, yeah, stuff, nonetheless.
Plenty of stuff. Let's just keep it at that before we get an adults-only rating. No, sorry, that's the US. We've got PEGI over here, don't we?
I don't know the PEGI rating.
18 plus.
Good times.
Yep.
How old are you?
A bit more.
Good times.
I know.
I'm not. But let's get this started, I say.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right. Co-op games. It's been fairly popular for the last 5 or so years, hasn't it?
I don't know. I remember starting playing... Well, we've always been sort of playing cooperatively in strategy games and other stupid games, mostly because we love killing each other.
Yes.
I mean, we like not to have the goal to kill each other. We like fighting against something else, but then we like being assholes at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I fondly remember even playing games like Halo because of cooperative and, oh dear, I can shoot myself.
Mate, we didn't even get past the first fucking level in Halo because you kept shooting me and I kept shooting you.
Well, you kept shooting me. I was trying to be proper, but...
I was defending myself!
No.
Like North Korea!
Yeah, exactly. And see what happened to them.
Well, I died.
Yes, exactly. And he died on a train. And now his son is ruling whatever it is. Anyway, cooperative games. I am a little bit older than you, so I remember a time when there was a fairly... there wasn't that many cooperative games.
Remember Bubble Bubbles? That was my first
co-op
game.
That was my first co-op game as well, which confuses me a bit. But yes, but for quite a long time, if you wanted to play cooperatively, you'd pretty much have to start up an RTS on the PC and play against the AI or against bots in Quake, for instance.
I bet there were plenty of BBSs where you could play, mods cooperatively.
I wouldn't know. I've never used a BBS. I am not that
Good
old.
times, neither have I. And I can proudly say that I've stayed away from all mods.
I think I tried one once for about 5 minutes.
It's like ASCII games. It hurt my eyes.
Yes.
At least this is before the, grammar of the internet generation, but still, it hurt my eyes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not going to say that I am an internet teenager who will go too long, did not read for anything that's above 3 lines of text.
I am.
Well, I'll happily read some text. I'll even read books on occasion. Just not text.
So I guess you read all of that Borderlands lore then?
What Borderlands lore?
Touché.
It's all audio logs.
I bet there was something to read somewhere. I mean, I wasn't looking for it, but...
I would...
Wasn't there dialogue?
It was voice-acted dialogue. There was a bit in the text, the quest descriptions, I think, but you remember we played with someone who ran the quest department.
Oh yes, we have fond memories of playing Borderlands. This is going to be the first co-op game we talk about. I remember it lasting for 12 minutes, something like that, and we were 4 people playing, and 3 of us were very confused about what the hell was going on, while someone else was yelling from the other side of the map for us to come and help him.
Ah, yes, the epitome of cooperation being, I'm running over here. Borderlands has got a good co-op system, though, if you work within it. I mean, it's not the best I know of, but it's fairly good. I mean...
Mate, it got cars. You put me in a car, and then you sit in the car.
Did you drive?
On occasion. Do you remember that time I got stuck?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Yes. But I mean, it works as a co-op game. When just you and me played it, it was fun. Most of the time.
Most of the time. We missed about half of the game, but, to be honest, I don't think we missed too much.
I don't think Borderlands was meant to, I don't think people were meant to do every quest, because the power curve, if you do every quest, is ridiculous.
I know, right?
The game starts out challenging enough, and if you run ahead a bit of where you're supposed to be, it becomes really challenging. But if you do every quest and you just move along slowly, the game gets so enormously easy. And
this game has a very strange pace as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, yes, I'm sure there was some sort of story in the middle of it, but everything just flew at me with colors and guns that did 10 different types of damages, and I was so confused. I mean, at one point you're just collecting these artifacts, and at the next point you're at this big thing, and then vault, and then expansion.
But I think that's intentional. I think that comes back to the whole internet generation thing. It's, especially in a multiplayer game, there's no point making lots and lots of exposition and stuff. Just give them explosions, give them lots of interesting things that last for about 10 seconds, and most people are quite happy.
Well, we can make a small comparison to a more recent game, Dead Island, which we also played.
Yeah.
With some extent to this, with some of the same people we played Borderlands with. One of them didn't join, the guy who ran away, because we thought, well, he's going to run away again and get himself killed, like the fucking NPCs.
But we did have a full 4-player team for Dead Island.
We did. And, well, my driving skills came in handy again.
We didn't let you drive much in Dead Island.
Well, somebody got pissed off because someone drove over someone by mistake.
Well, he stood behind the car when there were zombies in front of the car. Of course I was going to reverse away from them, well, they would have climbed onto the hood. Speaking of Dead Island and story, though, it really doesn't do that very well. It tries. I mean, bless its heart, it tries.
I tried to remember what the game was about. I remember this...
It's
girl
about
in a garage being a tomboy.
It's about 4 twits who've been...
You remember the sewer sections? Or did you actually play? I remember me and Wild playing the sewer
all
sections.
All 4 of us played the sewer sections.
All 10 of them?
I don't know how many of them there were. There were too many of them. Then there was something... I have not seen all of the storyline segments, but I'm quite happy about that, because from what I heard, I don't want a game like Dead Island with, the stiff acting and the poor writing, handling subjects like rape. No, preferably not.
You prefer random people on the internet to handle that subject, don't you?
Random people on the internet I can, quite happily ignore when they get onto subjects that I feel that they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But a game that tries to build a narrative that's supposed to entertain me, or at least, be...
But instead you can put blades into people's skulls.
I like that.
Better than ignoring.
I mean, I love...
Especially the times you can put bombs on the blades you put into people's skulls, close to other people, including yourself.
Well, unlike you, I wasn't a cowardly character. I actually went up close and fought things.
Unlike you, I'm not suicide... Well... I did kill myself a couple of times, so maybe. I don't know.
But my point is more along the lines of the Dead Island fighting bits and the ambience bits, excepting the sewer levels, was good, great even. I mean, there were bits of it that dragged, like every bloody escort mission, and they had way too many of those, but there were also bits that were just brilliant. I don't mind the fetch quest so much because they forced you to go out and traverse the city, which was the main draw of the game. They just gave you somewhere to go. But the escort quests, where you can't tell them to stand still, wait here and let me clear the way, and as soon as you get close to them, they run 20 more meters ahead, even if there's like 5 zombies.
Wait, I have no idea what you're complaining about. You had like Emperor Palpatine's lightning gloves. You're running after the NPCs and frying everything.
Yeah, but they only lasted for about 10 shots, and there's more than 10 zombies around.
I clearly don't remember that game very well.
We had a lot of problems with the escort quests. A lot of them. Even when there was 4 of us, we still got bashed because of them. But in any case, I don't like escort quests. I really don't like escort quests in general. But
Borderlands didn't have any of those, did they?
Don't think so, no. Don't think Borderlands had a single escort quest. Not that I can think of. Any character was basically confined to a single building, unless it was a player character or an enemy.
On the other hand, Borderlands didn't have any ambience either.
No, not really. Borderlands was fairly short on... It felt very much like a theme park, didn't it?
Go on.
Well, it's like this. Yes, those are very impressive-looking cliffs with lots and lots of buildings on them, but they are clearly fake. They feel fake. They feel plasticky. Whereas Dead Island, sometimes it didn't succeed, but most of the time it tried to create a place that had an ambience of what would happen if an island paradise tourist resort was run over by zombies. It doesn't look run down, but it does look like, yeah, there's been a disaster here, all right. With stuff wrecked on the sides, and you've still got champagne bottles lying around. Well, some. It's not that easy to find them, but bottles in general, then. Certainly not hard to find. Alcohol, for instance.
Good times. I remember playing a drunk character. I got bonuses from being drunk. That's good times.
In general, though, I'd say the only co-op game that I know of that has both good characters, a decent storyline, and good ambience would be the Left 4 Dead games.
Again, a very, very strange game series to play, considering that when we started to play it, we actually started to play the co-op campaign, but we got joined by one of our friends who also played it, at which point we started to play the Versus, and I think, even though we've played it through, I think we've played through most of the campaigns in Versus, we've missed half of them, because, we don't go anywhere. We go 5 meters in the first level, then everyone gets swarmed.
That's, well, we've tried playing through, but it's not just Versus that has prevented us from seeing the levels.
Oh, God, no.
Realism.
Some of the players did like to use Molotovs in confined spaces.
That was true in the first one, yes, definitely. But in the first one...
Not in the second one.
In the first one, we made it fairly far. But in the second one, they introduced realism.
Oh, that was fun.
And someone... or someone's, insisted that realism should be coupled with the hardest difficulty level.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Losing is fun.
For anyone who hasn't played Left 4 Dead 2 on realism, you should. It's very much different. It's a lot harder, but it's a lot more exciting. You might want to avoid the hardest difficulty levels unless you're really good or really masochistic.
well, I mean, considering that I guess that most people have played Left 4 Dead, I don't know how big a user base that game still has. I mean, I haven't played it for years.
I have no idea. I've tried to avoid integrating too much with the Left 4 Dead community, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know about them people. They're not as bad as, say, the Sims community.
It's true, but I think we'll cover the Sims community in another podcast, maybe.
No, I have very fond memories of Left 4 Dead as a co-op game. I mean, it's one of the games that actually made me appreciate the FPS co-op gaming, because I mean, we tried doing different types of co-ops like the Half-Life mods and stuff before, but considering that they weren't built around co-op, it made it feel a bit, you know, not only tacked on, but it didn't play very well.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, the pacing was wrong, the gameplay was wrong, the whole mechanic wasn't built around cooperation, so it felt really weird to play it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can tell clearly that the Left 4 Dead games, both of them, were designed around the 4-player group. There's no fussing about there. You should be playing.
And that's why it's so much
people.
fun to play. Yeah, that's why it's so much fun to play with an AI.
Yes, so much fun. No, really, really not. Especially since, you know, for better or worse, or better and worse, really, the AI don't use grenades. It's better because I wouldn't dare let the AI ever pick up a Molotov.
Good times. I just remember sniper throwing Molotov. Jesus.
On the other hand, having the AI not use grenades and other tools can make the game quite a lot harder, since you don't have those resources, and a lot of the Left 4 Dead levels, especially at harder difficulty levels, are precariously balanced. You've got to do everything pretty much right, or you are going to be lying there, and if you're down, someone else is going to go down just after they've saved you.
Yeah, I do remember that, especially playing on the harder difficulty levels. There's a tendency for the game to spawn tanks on top of you every 5th fucking minute.
Yes, the director. I do love that, though. I love the director feature of the Left 4 Dead series. Basically, the Left 4 Dead series has it's not an AI, but there's a set of circumstances and semi-random choices that the game makes to make every session partly different from other sessions and partly adjusted to the power level of your team. If you're, you know, doing too well, the director will throw something at you, like a bigger monster, or in Left 4 Dead 2, I think they can even change the weather patterns a bit on some levels.
I think they introduced that in Left 4 Dead 2, yeah. They introduced a couple more things to the AI director, like he could change the layout of the level.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a bit disappointing, though, because it didn't do that much difference. It just usually meant that a side passage was blocked off or not.
Yeah, but I think when you get up to higher levels of play, that can make quite a big difference, because...
Yeah, I guess we never really reached those levels. We didn't spend that many hours on that game.
No, we didn't. We had fun with it. It's a very good game. Very, very well made, as Valve games tend to be. But in the end, we don't play it anymore, either of them.
Moving on?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just looking at my list here of things we have played. There's a bunch of co-op games. One that I really think we have to mention in terms of co-op is Magicka.
Magicka is brilliant. Actually, I don't know. I have a hard time actually saying whether Magicka is fun or not, because gameplay-wise, it's an awful game. It's freaking annoying to play. The system is annoying. The enemies are annoying. The gameplay is actually not fun. But then when you put more than one person into it, and you start screwing up, it's screwing up that's fun. It's hilarious to watch each other, kill yourself.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
Especially when it's by accident, which, I mean... A lot of co-op games, what happens is eventually you get a bit bored with the game, and then you start killing each other because it's getting too easy or nothing much has happened. that doesn't usually happen in Magic. Oh, sure, we kill each other on purpose lots of times, but the most interesting deaths are the ones where it happens accidentally. Oh dear God, did you have that element in your spell? I had no idea. Sorry for vaporizing you.
It's good fun when everyone's on TeamSpeak or Skype as well when you're doing it. So everyone's yelling at each other, telling them what they're planning to do, how they're going to do it, and then it ends up being a big mishmash anyway. And 4 stones get launched in 2 different directions, and everyone dies.
As a brief introduction for anyone who might not know exactly what Magicka is, it's a top-down single or multiplayer adventure made by a Swedish studio that I don't remember what they're called, but
isn't it?
Hmm?
No, it's Paradox
yes,
released
it. It's Paradox published. I don't remember the name of the studio, though.
Yeah.
And you are a mage. You are a wimpy, non-physical mage. You've got a sword, but you probably don't want to use it. And
well, nowadays you can be a space marine as well,
but
so I would say that's wimpy.
That's DLC.
That's free DLC.
I don't remember which one of the DLCs you got for free for staying during the initial launch. Anyway.
Good times, initial.
Yeah. The base game idea is that you're a wizard. And you've got your robe, you've got your wizard's hat, you've got your blunt sword, and you've got your staff. And all of these are in their basic stuff, not very interesting. There are lots and lots of different stuff, both DLC and items you can find in the world. But the meat of the game is putting together spells. And in order to do this, you've got 8 elements, which you combine, and then you throw them in one of various ways. So it's very free form in what magic you want to cast, but there are limitations to the system, and most of the limitations are disastrous. Don't cast lightning when you're wet, for instance.
There's also limitations to the usefulness of the spells.
Yes.
But, sometimes it's a big laugh using a useless spell, sometimes it's a big laugh dying from using a useless spell.
Exactly. And sometimes you cast a dome shield, which looks awesome. It's like you've got this yellow bubble that will block pretty much anything, just as your mate is casting a high-powered hypervelocity rock on the
inside the shield.
Which proceeds to bounce.
Over and over and over again. Yeah. The thing with the game is they put you in situations where things like that will occur, because there's always a big clusterfuck of enemies. It's not... the enemies literally rush at you from every direction. Most enemies aren't that hard to kill. Some of them have lots of hit points and have weaknesses to certain elements or certain spell types, but they will always rush you in the thousands, which means that you're pretty much going to stress out, and any sort of plan or cooperative ideas are going to be binned right away. You're just going to run around and do whatever you feel like doing, at which point you're going to end up killing each other. And that's the charm of the game.
That is absolutely it. The game is entirely free form in how you choose to play it within the given scenarios, which leads to free form fucking up, among other things. And it's really, really charming. And apparently, one of the latest patches introduced a checkpoint system, which means as some of the later levels, you'd basically have to replay the level from scratch if you lost.
Best mechanic ever.
Yes. But they've introduced a more forgiving checkpointing system now, so it's not quite as hardcore as it used to be, which is probably for the best, because the interesting bits are the individual battles, really.
They've also released a new DLC for the game. We've yet to try it, but we probably will someday. And it's not an expensive game. I think it's on sale on Steam right now.
Oh, probably. The winter Steam sale is on. So
I haven't even gone through the winter Steam sale. It's like billions of games
I think
out there.
There's a Paradox Complete pack with 90% off. Let's see if they've got Magic on that.
But, if you feel like playing a co-op game, I do recommend trying out Magicka.
Oh, absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, Magicka is 60% off at the moment. Here in Europe, It's €3.99. I can't answer for the UK and the US.
That would probably mean that they give you money to take it in the UK, bastards.
Most likely, since you can expect the Euro regions to charge you the most out of any region bar Australia. But hey, who cares about Australians, right?
True that. Well, I think we have to wrap it up now.
I suspect so.
We're a bit overdue.
I'm out of coffee, and I think...
I need to go to the loo.
Yeah, but that's because you're out of coffee as well, or caffeine in any case.
Good times.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's been interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this.
Yep, this has been the first episode. We're going to call it Jared.
Yeah.
We were thinking of calling it Jared.
We were going to call this Jared. We're probably going to
unless it's a farm.
A farm, exactly. But we'll probably be back after the holidays because someone's heading off to the third world country, that is Britain.
Good time. Oh yeah, right. I thought you were going to say Poland, but true. I'm heading off to 2 third world countries, mate. I'm staying here in Sweden, and you lot have fun, and a Merry Christmas and stuff. And play all the games.
Play all the games. Unless it's a farm.